I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh, why is my hair so fucked up today? While we wait, he should never give me the mic stand. I have this time for myself and only myself and myself alone. I could sing Les Miserables. Would anyone want to hear that? Do I have an audience for that? I dreamed a dream. It's been recording the entire time, so I was just serenading to myself. Oh, totally. But I haven't had that opportunity before of just having a moment alone with the recording. Uh, let's talk a little bit. Let's see if your lips are moving. No, I think you're okay. You dirty little slut. Yeah, like a dirty little French slut. You're unnerving. Okay, I'll be here. So this is the interlude of Repressed Humor Issues, the B-roll. I can show you magazines with skulls on it that are coffee people. I can show you business books. What's your dream? My dream is to do something more along the lines of this. The creative outlet. Maybe a personal shopper. I could be a personal shopper. No, not a personal shopper, a secret shopper. I don't want to shop for somebody else, but I want to shop stores, but I want to keep the products. And it doesn't have to be luxury, though I wouldn't mind having a little cologne. I think that'd be okay. But or man, if it paid enough money, I would be a claw machine tester just to see how many like stuffed animals and trinkets, especially in Tokyo. I think Tokyo would be the best place to be a claw machine tester. If that paid like let's say 225, $250,000 a year, I'd just be a claw machine tester. And especially the full body claw machines, like where you're the actual claw, I'd love testing those. Or uh, everything involves testing, like like food tester, like the ice cream taste testers at Ben and Jerry's. That'd be amazing. But like I would test out hotel rooms or zip lines. I would test out zip lines so hard. Oh my god, how many zip lines could I do? I mean, there's so many great places that I've done zip lining alone. And just imagine they're like, go to New Zealand, zip line, and you gotta like write a story about the zip line in New Zealand. That'd be awesome. But I guess it doesn't all have to be a testing. I think that I would also like to, you know, I, if I had full comfort, I would open a dog sanctuary and just have dogs everywhere all day long. Dogs. It's yeah. I know it could be stressful to some, but that would just be like oasis heaven. Or compete in really weird things like compete with I don't even know. Uh, I think testing out technology would be cool too. Like I see a lot of different electric bikes now, which I think are all the craze. Just talked to my friend in Amsterdam, and she got one. And there's so many of our friends that have them here in DC now, and it's just fascinating seeing how many are coming to market, how long of a charge they get, the distance they can go, and also what kind of crazy hazard they actually are. Because these people that buy them don't necessarily understand the power behind them, even like the Lime. bikes or the city bikes that have the electric motor in them, they don't understand how powerful that is. Like today, we're walking our dog, and this, we'll call it like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid is just riding the bike, but he discovered kind of midway through his pedal that he had the extra juice from the electric motor. That sent him almost straight into a tree. And the look on his face was both like, oh God, but also, this is a blast. And I think like if more people could just have that surge of adrenaline and fun, whimsy, joy, they could just be happier. Oh,
Okay,
hi.
let's see. See this, it's still doing it.
You can leave again if you want. I've just been
I can
talking.
listen to all this afterwards, you realize.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And I could pick and choose how I want to stitch it together.
Oh, yeah. You have full power.
Yes. So it just feels weird. It feels like I'm like a tenth of a second back. That's the face she said. Why do you keep drinking it if it's that bad?
I'm thirsty. Yeah, I know. It's better than what I have.
Yeah. Sewer water looks like it's better than what you have.
Yeah, but do you have a black Madonna?
I do not. I do not have a Bladonna, but we do have a Blanta. Oh, wait, what's launching now? Teams was launching. And now I lost the cap to my propel. Today is just a comedy of errors. Okay, let's get this started because
You're
the
a
comedy of
comedy of
errors.
errors.
You're a break vent.
Welcome back to another episode of Repressed Humor Issues.
We're just two guys with two mics and one excuse to ignore our spouses and are not going to give anybody the 2 seconds that it actually takes for the cutscene in between here so that you don't get like it just doesn't jump in like that.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dan.
We're glad you're here. Yeah, so after some mild technical difficulties, I got to entertain myself, but I look like
but you'll see what that looks like. You'll see what that looks like at the end of this episode because I may just put the whole thing while I was skipping in and out, just so you could see the utter insanity that I walked in on.
It wasn't too bad. I said happiness at the end.
Yes, but what did you say in between?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yes,
There's a lot
I
of
know
free-flowing thought. There was a lot of free-flowing thought that it felt good. It was a little cathartic. So I might just start recording myself talking.
So there was 12 minutes of recording before we started this episode, just so you're aware.
Oh, this pink shit is hitting me in the back of my mouth.
That's
Don't.
what she said.
Don't.
Would you care to show them what the pink stuff is before they start getting ideas?
The actual drink? Yeah.
Yes.
It's this. Yeah, yeah, well, it's here. Oh God, it's so bad.
Yes, so you'll see Ryan's ad for this at the end of the show as well. We did do quite the ad for it. They are not going to sponsor us.
No.
So
I have a quandary, a curious question.
Okay, so a quandary and a curious question technically are all really the same thing. So did you have to repeat yourself?
I had to add extra emphasis on the syllables. So I was thinking about this.
Stop drinking that shit. It's breaking your brain even worse than it normally is.
Woohoo! What do you waste money on? Like stupid shit that you just know you don't need, but you still buy it. It could be food, it could be a thing, it could be an activity.
So let's make a list, shall we? There's hockey. Okay.
You think that's stupid?
Oh, I don't think it's stupid. It's stupid money that I spend on it. Because realize I probably spent $1,000 on equipment to replace just some of the equipment that I had to replace. I still have my old helmet, my old shin pads, my old elbow pads. I didn't replace everything, and that was $1,000, probably more with the skate brouhaha thing that happened, the debacle there. Um, and then it's $200 every 13 weeks. And there's consumables that go in there, and I'm captaining a team this year, so there's expenses along that. So there's some stupid money that goes into that. I love it. I didn't
I,
like the accidental waxing I did to myself yesterday, but
well, but I think when I think of stupid, it's like not stupid money, like it's expensive, but things that you absolutely don't need, but you keep doing.
we
So
have a Bob Ross action figure still in the packaging. Um, I have a Darkwing Duck statue.
I,
Um,
I have Funko Pops like
oh yeah, we have.
crazy.
If you've ever watched Supernatural, we have two different Castiels.
So
Misha Collins is hilarious. So.
I have every Golden Girl,
There's
of
only
course,
four of them.
but there's variations of them.
Yes, but saying it as I have every Golden Girl just implies four. It doesn't imply all the variations of the four.
But like when Schitt's Creek came out, they released that series. I bought all the characters plus the special edition ones, which are like I think in a box. It's like one out of every 20 are the special edition. So I had to custom order it, so I didn't have to buy a box of the same ones and hope I got the special one.
You could have just taken the other ones out and sold them on eBay.
I am trying to currently sell Funko Pops. No one wants them. We're not getting sponsored by them either.
So now you're upset at Funko.
Well, I literally have 11 posted for 30 total dollars. I'm just trying to get them out of my house. And
$2.80 a piece?
in total value, like according to the Funko Pop app, yes, I have it. Um, it's like $135 for the ones that I'm trying to get rid of.
So the amount of time that you've invested in selling those, would you not be better just leaving them on your porch and letting the porch pirates take care of them?
You know,
Because what happened the other day while we were talking?
I had to let you go, and or no, did I come back to the call?
No, we ended the call and you told me
Yeah,
about it afterwards.
that's right. So I got that end of our call, and I heard our doorbell chirps like a bird when it catches motion from somebody, and it's pretty good. It's like a 15-foot distance that it catches them. And but then I heard our gate open, and so then that's when I ended the call, and I ran downstairs, and I knew I just had two packages delivered, and because I got a notification on my phone, and I just see this guy standing there like with his hand on the gate, and he sees me, and I go, "Don't even think about it." Like I had my door open already, and he just like does the cartoon kind of like backing away like this. You didn't see me. These are not the droids you've been looking for, and then bolts away. And I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Now, so what did the city of DC do that makes it useless for you to be able to report them?
They raised the dollar amount limit to be able to charge anyone for theft to $999. So it has to be $1,000 in value to be able to for a police officer to get involved.
And what did all the stores in DC do when they changed that law?
Put everything behind like cabinets that you are under lock and key.
You obviously didn't hear about this. They raised the price of everything in the store to $999 and then
Oh,
gave you a discount at the till so
yeah.
that every single person that stole anything could get charged with it.
Yeah. I mean,
Why do you keep drinking that shit?
it's all I
I mean,
have.
I know you're a masochist, but that's the ultimate in masochism there. Just looking at your face, knowing you're thinking, this has got to be better this time, when we know it's not going to be.
I mean,
It's fucking Splenda and urine in there for all I know.
I think urine would be an improvement at this point.
It's Splurrin, Splenda urine. Sponsored by Splurrin.
Oh my god. It almost sounds like you're just saying some sperm advertisement.
That's
so,
what she said.
I think the other thing that's great about this time of year, aside from the porch pirates, which is never great, it is patio season. It's my favorite time of season here in DC because you can actually sit outside at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it's still warm enough that you can just and watch the sunset, feel the breeze, hear the rat eating something. That's my backyard.
Yeah.
And we caught another mouse.
Did you catch it or did the dog catch it?
Oh, dog just pointed out that it got caught in the trap.
Okay.
This time, this one was still very much alive.
Yay, that sounds like fun.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
the last time that I was in DC, sitting on I was at across the street from our hotel. We were at a restaurant, and it turned out that it was a cigar bar. And there were two cigar aficionados that were at the same conference that I was at with me and my boss. And I got talked into smoking a cigar.
Oh.
And I've smoked cigars before. I can inhale normal, cheap cigars. But I didn't realize that I couldn't inhale the type of cigar they put in front of me, because the type of cigar they put in front of me was absolute chaos on my internal organs.
Was it like Cuban?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't remember the name of it. It was just over a year and a half ago now. So it's completely blanked my mind what exactly it was. But they said this one has 999 milligrams of nicotine in it. Okay.
Shit.
So it's normally you just hotbox it, you just keep it in your mouth and then you cough it out. But stupid me inhales a little bit of it, chokes for probably a good 3 or 4 minutes afterwards. And the thing about it is, when you choke, you inhale, you exhale, you inhale, you start breathing heavier. It pulls more into your system.
Oh.
So I was so jacked on nicotine by the end of that. It was unbelievable.
What's the effect of that much nicotine?
Oh, it raises your blood pressure significantly.
Oh.
And it's a stimulant. So I had one whale of a time trying to get to sleep that night.
Oh, I'm sure you were probably. Wow. No. There's no chance you were falling asleep.
No. And like, I don't drink, but everybody else there, they were drinking high-end scotch and smoking these cigars. And there I am at my age, smoking a cigar and choking fairly quickly on the cigar like the loser that I was.
I mean, I've never been one that can handle smoke. I mean, I tried cigars. I tried cigarettes twice. Menthol was my first cigarette. I think I was like 16 or something like that.
Camel Wides, baby. I smoked Camel Wides for probably about 10 years.
Oh, no,
yes. My lungs are all just crystallized inside, I'm sure.
It's like, what was the Marlboro Reds, the Cowboy Killers or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, menthols don't do the same things to you the regular cigarettes do. The menthol actually does something that hardens your lungs. It's really, really not good for you. And then Camel, of course, said, well, it's not good for you. What's the best way we can make it better? Put more tobacco into a single cigarette. And that's how the Wides came out.
Do they still make that?
I don't know. I haven't smoked in, God, I can't even remember the number of years. I started playing hockey again after a short hiatus, and you cannot play hockey and smoke cigarettes. It's just, I don't know how people do it. Your lungs are just brutalized.
Yeah, I had a friend that used to smoke clove cigarettes.
Oh, those taste like hell. The first time somebody handed me a clove cigarette and didn't tell me it was a clove cigarette, I saw the color and thought that's weird. Put it in my mouth and smoked noses. That was disgusting.
They smell good though. They do smell
I
good.
to this day I cannot stand the smell of clove.
Interesting.
Yeah, it imprinted on my brain that I'm not supposed to. The other thing
Huh.
that I figured out. So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, and you kind of went off on your thing, so I let you. But I have to ask: did you wax your taint last weekend?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That
did.
thing
No, you
it is
didn't.
it is pure glistening slip and slide fun down there now.
Okay.
It's
So the first thing I'm going to suggest is you never show us a picture of that.
I mean, I could just show you like
No, no, you can't.
no,
You
like
cannot.
it
You
it
cannot.
it it'd just be
Stop.
like it would
Stop.
be like a shiny
Stop.
water slide, you know?
Slimy, slimy, flesh colored slip and slide. That's the problem. And all you need is a little bit of turn on the camera angle, and I'm seeing a funnel I don't want to see. So,
Yes, yeah, it's like slip and slide slugs right there.
uh,
That's what you're gonna see. It's gonna be amazing.
well, so I accidentally waxed myself a couple of days ago.
How do you accidentally wax yourself?
So we talked a little bit about this. I
Oh,
cracked my ribs.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I cracked my ribs playing hockey. I fell down, and I fell down on my elbow pad, and I cracked my ribs. And then I played the rest of that game, and then I played the rest of the next game, and then I was into the third game, and I fell again, and it hurt a little bit. So I put that fitness tape on my chest to keep everything stable. But what I didn't realize is I had also put it on my back hair because I'm of that age where I have back hair. And what I found was this is worse than a band-aid because it is like the wax and the cotton strip in one, but not warmed up.
Oh no.
And when that ripped out, it took a bunch of the hair with it.
Oh, did you scream a little bit?
I didn't scream, but I did not say anything for about 25 to 30 seconds afterwards as well. Because realize
I
I'm pulling it off of skin over broken ribs. And then I hit that point in the back where it's yanking on the hair. And the choice at that point is okay, I can try to put this back on, but it's already twisted. So it's not going to go back on straight. And then at some point, I'm going to have to take it off, or I could just rip this off.
oh, but that's one
So
of those that has to take your breath away.
oh yeah, yeah. At least with the wax, it warms it up so that the follicle opens up or the pore opens up or whatever, so that it comes out a little bit easier. This was pure cold tape coming off my back, and I've had this happen before. I had a medical issue when I was in my 20s that they put what's called a Holter monitor on you. A
Mm.
Holter monitor, if you don't know, it measures your heart rate, it measures your blood pressure, it measures a bunch of stuff for about 24 hours. And you just have this little button that you push if you feel an episode. Well, so the woman comes in, the nurse comes in, and she says, okay, we're going to put this Holter monitor on you. We're going to have to shave you because we have to put these sensors and we can't have hair on the sensors. Makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
So she just shaves the area where the sensors are going to go. But then what she does is she takes a bunch of packing tape and goes all the way around my body to hold
Oh, come
everything in
on.
place. And so she should have just shaved the whole thing.
Oh, she
But
negated all
no,
the work right there.
no, what she did was she made sure I paid for every single second of what happened afterwards. Because the next nurse that came in, she looks at me and she goes, like, this is 24 hours later when I'm going to have it removed. She looks at me and goes, oh boy, no, no. I'm like, what do we do here? And she says, I don't know if you're ready for what's about to happen to you. I put my wallet in my mouth, had a leather wallet at that point. I clenched down and I ripped every single piece of tape off. She cut it on the sides so I could just rip it off. And I was doing the
Oh,
full
like in
bleeding
strips.
off of my
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
No,
got
it
my
was one giant strip that came off all at once. That tape was not coming off in pieces.
I mean, I think I mentioned this before, but I got my chest waxed one time and I was bleeding so bad
Yeah.
because they didn't take it down to the stubble or anything like that before they started this dare that I lost.
They don't
Oh,
want to because you need more hair to get more grip to pull
I
more
know
out.
whatever they did wasn't right because I was bleeding. I got that whole wax for free, but oh my god, it was bad.
Yeah. Well, imagine having all of the hair on your chest, instead of being ripped off in those strips, being ripped off in one simultaneous strip.
So I had, this is embarrassing. Should I
Like
even?
that stopped you before.
No, but this is like okay. So when I was, I don't know, we'll call it 17, 18, something like that. I got the wild. I didn't testicle hair. Okay, specifically like where your balls stop and your taint starts. Okay.
We're just
I
elevating the level of this show at this point. Just the quality is going up and up and up at this point.
yeah. Well, I thought it would be a good idea to use the self-waxing strips by myself there. And I didn't read the instructions correctly in
You didn't
that
read them at all. You could say you didn't read them at all.
no, 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 I read them and I just forgot probably ADHD. Uh, and it gripped onto more areas of that area because I was walking around instead of standing still. And I'm home alone and I get to, uh, well, rip it all off by myself. I thought I was home alone. So I'm screaming like a banshee. My mother, or was it my sister? It might have been my sister. One of the females in the house comes like running up to see what's wrong. And I'm like, nothing, 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 nothing. Get out of here, get out of here.
There
They
you
all,
are, holding your ball, screaming. They thought it was you just figured out how to masturbate, didn't they?
oh yeah,
First
totally.
time. First time.
So I'm screaming in pain. Oh my God. The
Did
glorious
either of them
release.
say, did either of them say you're doing it wrong?
No, thank God, no. I don't want to
Because
ever.
even
No,
if they knew it was
stop.
waxing, it's still appropriate, just so you're aware. So we've talked a little bit about this. It was in Finger Meat when we talked about it. This is back in season 1. But um, I had an injury to the back of my hand
Oh God, this one.
where
Oh,
it tore the skin off the back of my hand, and they left the band-aids on too long. There was a cotton wrap with it wasn't really band-aids, it was cotton wrapped with tape holding it all on. And my family physician 3 days later ripped off my pinky nail. Um, and that was the time that he told me, okay, there's 2 ways we can do this. There's the painful method and the really painful method. I asked what the really painful method was first. I don't know why. And he said I could pick at this for the next hour to try to get it out. And I said, what's the painful method? And he said, I could just rip this band-aid off your pinky. And that's when he took my nail off.
yeah. I think he did actually choose the correct path, to be honest.
He did. But at the point that he did it, there was questions going on in my mind. Did I choose correctly here?
Did you hit some new octaves?
No, when I get that kind of pain, I can't breathe. I just stop. I don't
Oh,
scream. I don't yell. Like even when I damaged my fingers, I didn't yell until after I pulled my hand out. I looked at it and said, "Oh fuck." That was all that I said. I internalize it to the point that I paralyze. And it's amazing because it's the exact same reaction I have when an unfamiliar dog comes towards me. Now,
ah,
one of my friends growing up, his parents used to breed purebred shepherds, German shepherds.
okay.
Okay. They had a dog named Bear. Bear was probably about 120 to 125 pounds,
Big
which is
dog.
heavy for a German shepherd.
Yeah.
All of its muscle. And the first time that I met Bear, he was on their porch, and I was probably about 30 feet away on the sidewalk, paralyzed because he was already there because they didn't know I had this phobia of dogs. Before anybody says it, it's not that I hate dogs, it's that I am scared shitless of dogs. I got
Hmm.
chased as a kid. that dog jumped from the top of the porch to right in front of me in about 2 bounds.
Shit.
And I did not move. I did not scream. I did not say anything.
You were frozen.
I stood there and didn't breathe. It's the exact same reaction that happens to me when I get to that kind of pain. So when I fell on my ribs, I did not scream. I did not say anything. I got up, made sure I could still breathe afterwards, and then played the rest of the game. Yep. When I accidentally waxed my back, which does not sound nearly as painful as what you've done to your genitals. Like there's some form of genital mutilation fetish that you have, just so you're aware.
I didn't do it over and over and over again. It was one time.
But you said you have right now a slip and slide for a taint.
See, it's different now.
No,
I've
it's
evolved.
different, yes.
I've evolved. It's not the single-use strips. It's designed for male nuts, and it's like a nair.
Oh, so you're putting chemicals on your testicles to get rid of the hair.
All natural, according to whatever they put on the bottle, and it's from the UK, so I trust it, and I got it before the tariffs, so it was normal price.
I'm just going to warn you, when you take your hand and put that stuff on it and rub it down there, don't go like this next time.
No, they give you a mitt. It came with a mitt.
This with the mitt. You're missing the point here.
I don't think I would.
You're already growing a 5 head. Yes, I went there. Your brother went there before.
He did. Oh, that's his favorite little hat trick. I don't know. Speaking of something different, to get past my 5 head, thanks. So we don't have a lot of cats in the neighborhood, but my
That's
dog.
That's a weird way to start something.
I know. Our dog is really obsessed. We have to say, like, look at the kitty. That's his thing. And he, like, starts looking around for it. And he doesn't know what the fuck to do with a cat. Especially when the cat approaches and, like, rubs its tail on his face and stuff like that. He just kind of freezes. But this one specifically, it was kind of middle of the week last week. And we're just out walking. And this cat is, like, larger than Garfield fat. Like, its teats look like it was going to get rug burn just from walking. Like,
okay, first of all, his teats, no, her teats.
Even the male ones have teats, right?
Why would they have teats?
I don't know.
Do you not know how genitalia work?
Well, no, I understand that, but I thought that males still had, like, nipples.
I can't believe that we have to go look this up. There will be an update after this to find out if male cats have teats. I'm looking it up right now.
But so my thing with that is not anything to do with my dog, but just looking at cats, I think all cats need to be a little fat. I think that's the way cats should be. I don't want like the domesticated house cats, a tiger, lion, leopard, whatever. They can be normal sized, but I want a house cat to be fat.
I just saw a picture that is going to haunt my dreams for a while. Male cats have teeth.
They do.
Male cats have nipples. Our searches, like the way that Google sends ads to us is just ridiculous.
Do you get cat nipple clamps too?
No. Oh. No, I don't.
Now you do. Now you do.
No. No, please, no. God, no.
What, you don't want cat nipple clamps?
I'm going to get cat milking instructions is what I'm going to get.
You're going to get like a cat milking machine or some shit like that.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
But I mean, don't you think cats should be fat? Or you have cats, right?
Yeah, and they all have a pouch down there. I'd agree. There's going to be some fatness to them just from the way they are. So
yeah, I don't know. It's just like a thing.
Our cats are also anorexic and bulimic and all that sort of stuff because they on a regular basis will just throw up an entire meal, sniff at it for a little bit, and then go eat some more. And
oh God,
Yeah, the cats are horribly disgusting. Like
Yeah,
one of our cats will go up to the butt of the other cat, sniff it, and make the face you make when you drink that pink drink.
oh, like the.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of
Why does he do it? It's a kink.
I don't know. I didn't think of it as a kink because both of them are fixed. So I was hoping not to have to think of what those cats do when they're fighting in the middle of the night.
It's a cat butthole kink. Like he just or she they like sniffing cat buttholes.
Well, they obviously don't like it because they make the face every single time.
But they keep going back for it.
Yes.
So they like
Yes.
the sensation of getting a little sick by cat
Something
butthole.
tells me you're about to admit something that's going
No,
to go along the lines of
I've got nothing here.
do you like sniffing cat buttholes? Is that what you're going to tell us?
No, no, no. I think cats are so strange. I mean, I grew up with them, and like just their sandpaper tongue alone is one of the weirdest things, period. You're just like, "Oh, stop licking my elbow, but it kind of feels good. You're exfoliating it. Um, we've all been there. We know.
Yeah. So speaking of weird stuff, um uh the bathtub that I have in my house, I've determined, yes, I told you what's going on the board when we talked about this earlier. Um
Proceed.
the the bathtub that we have in our house is not really appropriate for taking a bath because there's no way to get it to sit in it in a way that you don't need a knee ladler, knee wetter. I mean, we've already said that. Uh, However, you asked if my wife had ever wet my knees,
I did.
and I want to put an image in everybody's head right now because Ryan did this to you because I had to relate to him. Imagine seeing a guy that says that he's 37, that is obviously older than that, sitting there buck naked with his knees sticking out from the water in a bowl of human soup.
I hate that phrase so much.
But that's what it is. When you go for a bath, you're basically stewing yourself, unless you go for a cold bath. Now, obviously, the funniest part about this is I just got a text message from my wife saying no, because she
In
obviously
the
just
moment,
heard, in this moment, she just heard what was going on in this room. All it says is no with an exclamation point.
oh,
I don't
she's
know if
missing out.
that's I don't know if that's the 37 piece. I don't know if that's the knee wetting piece. I don't know if that's the uh seeing me in all my glory inside of that bathtub and having to come put the human soup over my knees. She's just saying no in general, I'm pretty sure.
She's missing out. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
I don't know. Oh, she responded now, I'm not wetting anything.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
uh, I
So
love.
now all of a sudden we have a guest by text.
We would guess by that. This is the first actually for this show.
Well, that's because we don't record it live. We record it in isolation so that I can do the editing we have to do. So maybe at some point we should just do one of these live so that people can do stuff like text and email in real time. The problem is, we're probably going to lose the three people that we actually have watching the show at this point if we try to do this live, because people are going to realize if we tried to do this for 2 hours, we would fail so badly.
I don't know. I mean, your wife just messaged me. Absolutely not.
uh,
And
Anyways,
she also says, I'm not wiping his ass either.
I have never made that ask, nor have I asked her to wet my knees, just for the record. So let's leave my wife out of the rest of the episode because she doesn't really like it when I bring her up in the episode anyways.
Oh my God, this is so good though. Because I mean, it is a funny visual thinking about like somebody just like slowly ladling water over your knees. Um,
But it's the choice of songs that have to make it. I've decided that you have to sing Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's the
but
perfect knee wetter song.
well, please, you just broke my brain. Qualify that.
If you're a knee wetter and you're wetting somebody's knees, and remember the ad said you had to be able to sing, I suggest that it is Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart that you have to sing because it is the song that makes absolutely no sense versus the circumstances that you're in.
I mean, you could say that for a lot of things.
Yes, but bringing out an 80s tune from an Australian singer who really didn't have an awful lot of other success, it would be like Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. It just has to be something so oddball it doesn't make sense. Oh, Bad Touch. That's who. Bad Touch.
Um, yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Actually. That is the one.
I changed my answer to Bad Touch.
That I mean, this is.
I just
yeah.
won. I just won between Human Soup and Bad Touch.
You won nothing.
I didn't say I won anything. I just won. That's all that I care about is that I won.
What competition?
The competition to see who could come up with the perfect song for a knee wetter.
Well, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. There's got to be something like.
We have been talking about knee wetters for like 3 episodes now. We need to get off of this topic. We're getting texts telling us no for talking about this.
We have never received. Oh, that. Yes.
Yes.
In this episode, we received them. I thought you were meaning from other listeners. I was like, I have received encouraging texts about knee wetting.
Really? What encouraging texts have you received? Please recite them. You don't have to say names. I want to hear what people said that was so encouraging for us to keep talking about this absolutely ridiculous topic.
Maybe encouraging wasn't the right phrase. Hold on.
Were the words "please stop" involved in the text whatsoever?
I listened to your podcast the other day, and it made me stop and think. I've never thought about my knees sticking out of the tub, but it's an interesting concept to have my knees wet by somebody while in the tub. But it made me think about other things. Like, what about my elbows when they get a little too hot, but then they get a little too cold outside of the tub? How do you take care of that?
Oh, so now we're going to have elbow temperature monitors? You're going to have somebody that is just there testing the temperature of your elbow to say, get it in the water, get it in the water.
I just love that the thought-provoking moment was knee wetting that led to elbow temperature.
So this is going back way too far and admitting my age, but on the Dick Van Dyke Show, I believe it was the Dick Van Dyke Show, Dick Van Dyke's TV wife, I don't remember her name, got her toe stuck in the faucet of the bathtub while in the bath.
Oh my God.
Okay.
How do you do that?
So could you imagine? Well, she was just playing with it with her foot and her foot got stuck in it somehow. It's TV. I mean, it doesn't have to be real. They just faked her toe getting stuck in it.
Got it.
But could you imagine? Now you have to have a toe monitor to make sure your toes aren't going too close to the faucet where they can get stuck in it.
I think
elbow monitors for temperature.
I think that it calls for a whole re-engineering of the spigot. So you have some engineer out there that has to go around and measure the circumference of a bunch of different people's toes to make the opening big enough to not get your toe stuck again.
Okay, but you're going to have somebody over there that it's going to have to be 1.5 feet wide so their toe doesn't get stuck in it.
Large?
I'm sure there's somebody. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene's only got 3 toes, so I'm sure the other ones are missized compared to them.
They are probably some meaty disasters.
She's got the whole Triceratops toes thing going on.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's a freaking tripod on her feet.
For whatever reason, it makes me think of her as a mech warrior, and I don't know why. But that's
Every
where my
picture
brain
that
goes.
every picture that anybody puts of her on Blue Sky, I just say, why did you take a picture of Hulk Hogan? That's all I do from this point.
Oh, there is a weird resemblance now that you say
There
that.
is. Yes. She does have man face, very definitely.
Were you into like WCW, WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it?
The last one that I watched was Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant.
Oh
That's like
yeah,
that's like WrestleMania 3 or 4 or
yeah.
something
That
like that.
it
That's
was
way
like
back.
that's like I think the most classic one.
Yeah. So
Uh,
after that, there was no reason to watch because that was the first time that I realized that wrestling was entirely fake because I saw Hulk Hogan put out his hand so that he could be pulled off the turnbuckle and thrown into the other turnbuckle. Okay, it wasn't a matter of his hand was grabbed. He put out his hand so that Andre the Giant could grab it. And instantly I realized, okay, this is all fake. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind this is fake anymore.
but did you ever play the wrestling video games where you could create your own character?
No, because I can imagine how many buttholes you made out of characters.
Not buttholes. I used to just make. I mean, like, you used to make people that you don't like and
Okay.
beat the shit out of them virtually. It was
So what you're
cathartic.
saying is you were a PlayStation bully, is what you're saying. Because you could only beat people up that you hated by making characters of them in video games and doing bad things to them.
A lot of suplexes through tables.
See, they didn't do any of that stuff when I was watching. That came afterwards. So,
Yeah, like
and
the Hell in the
if you know,
Cell and the ladders and all that.
and if you know anything about how tables are constructed, it's not that difficult for them to be able to split a table in half.
No, no, but it's entertaining nonetheless.
Is it though? Is it?
I went to a few matches live, and that was a blast.
So we used to probably going to out myself, but the statute of limitations is long since passed. When UFC first started, like long time ago. Sorry, it was just regular boxing. We watched a little bit of UFC, but we watched regular boxing as well. And we used to place bets on how one guy was going to get disqualified because there's one
Um,
guy, I can't remember his name now. He was I think he was either Croatian or Ukrainian or something like that, that he had like 5 disqualifications in his career. And every time that we saw him fight, there was another bet on how he was going to get disqualified. After that, boxing gave way to UFC because boxing became boring.
yeah,
Okay. UFC just became men wrestling in tights.
but it's still so popular. I mean, they're still selling out all those pay-per-views.
Yeah, and you want to know why? Because all of these people that say that they don't want drag performers performing around children are more than happy to see 2 men go and wrestle each other and hold each other in weird positions.
It's true. It's,
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
Yep.
Not wrong.
So,
I
but
mean,
they obviously are not going to end the UFC stuff because it makes way too much money and Dana White is a Trumper. So
but have you seen the newish sport that's kind of taking everything by storm? It's the standing
it's
there
knee
and
wedding,
getting
professional knee
no,
wedding.
no, that hasn't taken off yet, unfortunately. I assume old British butlers would be the best at that, but
It is that you're gonna say it's the cheese rolling competition, right?
no, 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 no. That's entertaining though. I watched that. That's in the UK.
That's one of those having to watch people just face plant while they're running down a hill is just hilarious.
Like see their neck. Yeah, some of them are
Yeah.
bad, but no, this is the slapping.
Oh yes, I have seen it. And you'll see they always slap with one specific hand because that hand is like 3 times bigger than their other
Yeah,
hand.
it
Yeah.
is. It's the weirdest thing. And I don't know what the person that's about to get slapped is holding on to, but they hold it behind their back. And
Yeah.
I don't know what that does. It must be some sort of safety mechanism in some way. But they always have people standing there to catch them when they inevitably fall.
Yeah.
But it is just brutal to watch.
Yeah, I've seen that on TikTok a couple of times. It does nothing for me, but I'll tell you,
No.
if you ever want to see the lengths that the human body will contort itself to specialize in something, look up the guy that is the biggest hands in arm wrestling ever. And his hands are like the size of my arms. They are huge. I will put an image up here where my hand is right now after the episode so that you guys can see this picture. But this is it's not disgusting, but it is perturbing. That's the only way that I can say it.
But is it only one arm?
No, both of his arms are that way. But like the training regimen that this guy goes through is just idiotic. Did you look it up?
No. I don't know. I don't know what his name is.
I'll see. Yeah, see, it's gonna blur it out.
Oh,
But just
okay.
look up man with the world's largest arms.
Man with the world's largest arms.
His name's Jeff Dabe, an American arm wrestler. His forearms measure 5 inches, 20 inches in circumference, and his ring finger is 5 inches around.
Is it how? What's wrong with him?
He's been doing arm wrestling so long and training for arm wrestling that his arms have deformed to that shape.
Oh no!
He can hold a basketball in each hand, like palm a basketball.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like that's like specialization to an extreme. All that can help him with is arm wrestling. But imagine his forearms are bigger than my bicep probably is.
You said 20 inches?
20 inches in circumference. His ring finger is 5 inches in circumference.
Have you seen the guys that got their like biceps injected to make them look huge, but they're not?
No.
Like
No.
if you Google man with Popeye arms,
God. The algorithm is just going to.
and I think
Okay.
he's
I have not
Russian.
seen it yet, but again, I'm putting my hand here so that I know at this point I am going to put this up. What did you say to look, man with Popeye arms?
Popeye arms, yeah.
Popeye arms. Oh, there's going to be some editing on this one. Oh, I come up with Jeff Dubé, first of all.
Oh no, it could be a Russian guy.
No, but the pictures that I'm seeing are just insane. He's walking along, and his one arm is bigger than the other one.
Oh, here,
It's
there you go.
I'm not getting those pictures. I'm getting something much more disturbing. So
You're yeah.
I'll post up both of them later, but it's a better picture of Jeff Dubé just walking, and you can see he's holding a weight in one arm and just walking along, and you can see he does have one arm that is just massive compared to the other. The other one's not small, but that hand is just gigantic compared to the other one.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of him holding a margarita glass,
Yeah.
and it is incredible how tiny the margarita glass looks
Yeah.
in comparison to his hands.
Yeah.
Uh, it's, I
Can
mean,
you imagine how much self-control he must have to have
masturbate.
when he masturbates? You went right there. This is scary that you went right there, because how easy would be to just rip everything right off.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to
You
be like a delicate maneuver.
not only that, that would be a horrible time to have a tiny penis.
Oh,
Because can you
he just
imagine you're
constantly trying to
clench.
grip it and he can't do it. It just like
He's got to do it like this with two fingers.
he keeps missing it because his fingers are too chunky.
It looks like a spaghetti noodle in his hand. I did not know we were going to go here, but we have hit a new low on this show. We have definitely hit a new low. I'm waiting for another no text.
Oh, oh wow. Yeah.
So this is definitely not the same type of episode we did last episode. And we got flack for that. I personally got flack for that episode because
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, I mean, we do this show because we like talking about this stuff, not because we necessarily care what everybody else likes. But we liked that episode because we wanted to talk about something we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
If listening to hearing about a guy with a gigantic hand masturbating his spaghetti noodle is what you came here for, we are entertaining the masses.
Yeah. It's the spaghetti schlong surprise, right? So.
And once again, we have our title for this episode. And so realize Ryan and I looked earlier, and our titles have been getting more depraved as we go through this season. They've just been getting worse and worse. And I think, Ryan, you have achieved the goal of continuing that descent downwards.
But they're all, I feel like so childish because they're all like bodily function related, like analyzing taint terror. I mean, like Jesus.
The latest text is why. Just why with a question mark. Oh man. We are not winning any Emmys for this if they come up with Emmys for podcasts.
You know, but if they do want to award us, I'll take a Razzie. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I just want to go out to accept that award. Because you want to know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to get everybody chanting. And you know what I'm going to get everybody chanting?
Clown college boy.
Clown college boy. Clown college boy.
You've already done that.
Yes, I know.
In public.
And it was fun, and I will do it again. I just need the right people in the right place.
Yeah, you got our coworker to join in.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Everybody but you joined in. Everybody but you thought it was hilarious. You thought, I'm just going to sit over here in this corner and try to not to be as red as I am.
I guess I should have just joined in and like looked at somebody else to like confuse everyone, but no, I just took it.
You just took it. That's what she said.
Keep walking into those.
Yes. That's what she said.
I'm just not going to talk.
They're still in. That's what she said right there too.
So. No, that's not. That's not.
Yes.
No.
So to continue our descent, and I'm hoping you wrote down what that title was because you got to remind me later.
Spaghetti long surprise.
Surprise, yes.
Yeah, really bad.
One of the things we talked about in episode number 1 is when you go to the bathroom and you take a shit, everybody looks back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you not?
So I look back. I said in that episode that I look back, but I'm hearkening back to something because the other day I looked back and I started thinking, not just what did I eat, because I think you always look about what did you eat that made it that color, but I started to think there's 2 different shades on this. Whoa, and there's the top side and the bottom side. And when I hurt my ribs, I laid down for a long time. Like I was laying down more than I normally would. And I'm wondering if some of the food settled to the bottom and some of it settled to the top to make the 2 colors that were there.
You would just assess your diet and try to figure out, nope, I'm not engaging in this.
I mean, where else can we go at this point? What do we have left? What topic can we talk about that takes us any lower than that? I mean, we've already got Popeye Masturbation Hour going on here, which would be another great title if we
Oh
can
my
make
God. Oh,
Oh, the messages you're going to get from your mom after this episode. She's going to realize if it was her that came running into your room when you were
oh,
17, she's finally going to realize what was really happening. And it wasn't
uh,
you playing with yourself.
no, I'm just sitting there going,
Oh, Robin Williams is rolling in his grave.
oh yeah, he was
Okay.
Popeye. That's right.
He did play Popeye. Yes.
Oh my gosh, what a weird role.
Yes. Well, why my brain went to that, I don't know, but I never want to hear you say that again.
Say what?
Exactly.
Hmm.
So, on that note, I think we better get this done because we're going to find something worse than this to talk about.
I would ask our listeners who are still with us,
So, the two of them.
the two of them, I would love to hear your most embarrassing story that has to do with tan-
Genitals.
tantalizing taint terror. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
genitals, any sort of genital stuff. I
yeah.
mean, you could just call it out. You don't have to make it fancy. We want to hear how you've harmed your nuts. We want to hear how you've eviscerated your vagina. We want to hear
And
all that sort of stuff.
it might not even be painful. Maybe you got something stuck. Maybe you trained it to blow up a balloon. All of these things we are curious to know.
One of my favorite episodes on Scrubs, sorry, I've got to do this, is they're looking at an X-ray, trying to figure out how to get this light bulb that this kid's shoved up his ass out of his ass. And the janitor walks in and he says, "What am I looking at?" And somebody says either somebody's got a light bulb shoved up their ass or their colon has a great idea. It's just, it's perfect. It's perfect.
But email us your ideas. repressedhumorissues@gmail.com.
Ryan's mom, I'm getting pissed because you're not emailing me the embarrassing pictures and the embarrassing stories of Ryan. They're coming out organically from him, and I know that he's holding back. Please email me. I see that email box. He doesn't. Tell me the weirdest story that you have about Ryan.
And she still hasn't engaged with you about Joe Kenda.
No, I know. I figured that would be the tipping point when I said she was going to try to off Kathy. I figured
Yeah.
that was going to make her respond if anything was going to make her respond.
Not yet. But
So I'm upset at you. You have to email me because I will read word for word whatever you write to me. I want to hear it. I want to hear the story.
she's a good writer too. It's going to be scary if she ever does this.
We'll devote an episode to it. If she wants to write a mini novel, I will read the mini novel straight face as I possibly can.
That's why I can't read it. Anyway.
Yes, I know. You can sit there and make that face all you want, but I'm not going to bite on that joke. You didn't think I was going to say joke. Yes, I know.
But damn, let's take this rather long and stressful week and have a moment of zen.
Bro, have you ever accidentally beat your meat to your mom's photos?
Huh?
Bro, she looked different when she was 11. I swear. Yeah. Finished.
It's this one that it's the last bit of what I have, and it's called Hard Ketones Doctor Up Unsweetened, aka Nasty. It has no flavor except for the chemical of the ketol. and it warns you, sweeten this. Use Splenda. So I grabbed this like pink lemonade packet that we have with some goddamn Splenda. And it's just, oh God, that's never going to make it to the market. It's bullshit. Wow. Anyway, that is just, I mean, it made it to the market, but it doesn't matter. It's just shit. It's just shit. It's shit. It's shit. It's shit. Shit. I don't know who the hard ketones, Dr. Up.